Rolling.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we are actually at Creative Zone. About how to set up a business here in Dubai, and me and Dan are newbies here in Dubai. We've both set up a company here. We both are now residents here, and we have moved our whole life from the UK over to Dubai. So we thought it'd be really helpful today to link up with Shaney, ask some questions that we obviously wanted to know back in the day when we were moving here and had no idea what was going on, and it all seemed like really scary and crazy. So I think it was just like a nice idea to be able to give back to you guys, and hopefully it doesn't seem as scary as what it looks from the outside.
Perfect. As mentioned, thank you so much, Dan and Becky, of course. It's been a pleasure kind of having you guys around as well. So on the channel, first kind of time on the channel as well, thank you so much, guys. But yeah, with myself, I work here at Creative Zone, based here in Dubai. We're in downtown Dubai, so we're quite centrally kind of located. Creative Zone has kind of been in the region now for going on kind of 10-11 years. We do business setups, visas, bank accounts. We can also do kind of golden visas as well, which is the 10-year visa as well. We also offer kind of tax and accounting and bookkeeping and things like that. So we're kind of a full 360 business setup company that can kind of cater to all your needs to kind of get you over to Dubai and start your new ventures. In terms of kind of getting to Dubai, we're going to kind of go through this video. If you've got any queries, questions, we can kind of iron those out and just kind of make life a lot simpler.
So I think it's really important to know that Shaney and I actually knew each other before either of us moved here to Dubai. Shaney is a London boy, I'm from Reading, Dan is from Hull, so he's not part of this interaction. But Shaney and I were friends back in the day, like years ago. We always meet, we had like friends in common, always dancing around in random places or whatever else. Knowing somebody else from back home when moving to a place that is as daunting as Dubai can look is really reassuring for us, and I think that's another reason why we wanted to kind of get on here and set the tone and tell the story rather than here's this random man from this random business who's like, you know, helping us on this journey and we hope it goes really well. Like, no, I want everyone to be reassured that Shaney is somebody that we know, like, and trust, and hopefully this gives you guys some reassurance that you can ask any questions to Shaney after this video.
Shaney,
Yes, Dan.
for everyone watching, just how hard is it to set up a business here in Dubai? What are some of the hurdles? What are some of the barriers? What makes it so difficult? Or is it even that difficult?
So to start off with, Dan, coming to Dubai is very straightforward. It's very easy. Now to go back to it, I mean, like Becky said, Dubai can be a little bit overwhelming, a bit daunting. Dubai is actually a very kind of progressive and kind of simple place to kind of progress and kind of work and enjoy life as well. So kind of some of the challenges that potentially anybody may face when it may come to information and processing, that's why we're here. So kind of when we process your residency and your business and things like that, that's obviously where we'd step in and obviously help you. But to go back to the ultimate question, it's very easy. In terms of the challenges, anything that we can obviously assist you with, we can on our side in terms of setting up your business, getting your residency and things like that. And again, you don't need to have kind of millions of pounds or dollars in the bank. We set up businesses for kind of people from all walks of life. So it's kind of open to everybody. And I'm sure we've got kind of something aligned for whatever somebody needs. I think some of the key reasons for me in terms of why I like living in Dubai is you've kind of got a bit of both in terms of you've got the city life, but you're never too far from a beach as well. And I think another kind of misconception is that it's kind of a concrete jungle. There are greenery areas, there's kind of different things to do. You've got things like tax kind of benefits as well, compared to kind of the UK, for example, things like that. I think the healthcare is world class. Education as well, because obviously if you do kind of bring your family over and things like that, you kind of got things to cater for that as well. Just a couple of reasons in terms of why I love Dubai. I mean, what about you guys?
I think the weather is probably the number one thing. Like, the weather is so reliably good, and I'm someone who just like thrives in the sunshine. Like, I do love when it's nice weather, and it's hard to wake up on the wrong side of the bed when you look outside and it's just like blue sky, beaming sunshine. It makes you want to get up and go after it. There's a ton of other reasons, but I think that would be my number one.
Also the people, like it's just full of people who are positive, productive, always just trying to share everything. Everyone's really, really helpful. Like we wouldn't be here today if we didn't have people here like yourself who were helpful. And vice versa, you know, like we have basically, I think, you know, just something random to add to this conversation. We've actually had like a 2-hour conversation before we've even started this conversation based on things that have nothing to do with this conversation. And I think that is just in itself what I love about Dubai, is that you can meet the most random people and have the most in-depth conversations about things that maybe people at home maybe wouldn't be as open to speaking about. And that's what I like, I think, the most here.
How kind of easy did you really find it? Because obviously setting up a business it sounds like it's a mammoth task, and now naturally I can obviously say we'll take care of that and things like that, but you guys are living proof that it's very, very easy. I mean, how did you find that whole experience? Again,
like when you know nothing, everything's hard, whereas when you have one person who you can ask every question to, and I still ask you questions to this day of everything.
That's fine. It's all good. That's why I'm here.
Thanks. I think that's what made it really, really easy. It was like, okay, you want to open a business, great, so what do I need? Oh, just these 3 things, that's it? Yeah. What do you want your business to be called? This. Alright, cool. And what do I need to do now? Just, you know, click this button. Okay, and that's it? Yep. It's a waiting game now, like 2 weeks and you'll have the license, and you're thinking, well, this feels like a scam, but it wasn't. And
you know, I can assure you
it's true, right? But it feels like it's too easy to be real, you know, because if I was to do that all myself, I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah.
But I think, the easy part was us being able to be like, you're the Asian. Trust.
Yeah. It's so true. Like, I was waiting for hiccups and things to go wrong because I had this idea in my head that there was loads of like invisible walls that were going to get in the way of me making this dream come true. And then actually, like, with every day, it was like still waiting for something to go wrong, still waiting for this to go wrong, and like nothing really went wrong. It was like, have you got a passport? You know, have you got a business name? Pretty much everything else is taken care of. It couldn't have been more straightforward and the opposite of what I was actually expecting it to be.
So when we set up Dan and Becky's license, it kind of went in through different phases. So your first phase was your license done, as you mentioned, and Becky, all you realistically need is a passport copy, a couple of business names and some address proof. That's your first step, and that takes around 8 to 10 working days. Thereafter, if you're looking to have kind of residency visas, you do get a 2-year visa, so that kind of entitles you to kind of live and reside in Dubai. Obviously open up bank accounts as well, which is the next part of the process.
For anyone watching who's thinking about this, what are the different options in terms of setting up a business? Like, what are some of the different packages that can go with?
Yeah, good question. Now, free zone business is an economic free zone which is kind of based here in the UAE. You have different options in the UAE, and it allows kind of ease of kind of expatriate owned businesses. So if you're kind of from somewhere else in the world, it makes it a lot easier owning a business here in the UAE. Now, that's kind of, I would say again, like I said, 70 to 80% of what kind of clients have. Now, it's very easy to set up. Again, kind of the licensing takes around 10 working days. After that's completed, and obviously we've taken care of that for you, we then arrange kind of your visas and everything it takes to get that visa as well. We'll take care of that for you as well. And then lastly, off the back of that is kind of your banking and obviously the services. We can supplement that too. So that's one setup. And you've obviously got kind of a mainland setup. So certain businesses, when you set them up in the UAE, they require a mainland business. Now, just to give a few examples, I don't want to bore the audience too much. I'll give you an example. If you want to set up a restaurant, if you want to set up a hair salon or something like that, you need a mainland business.
Yeah, I think the most simplified way it was put to me was if it's like online, free zone, and if it's on land, mainland.
Yes.
And like when it's put that way, it's like, oh, okay, right. I get it now. And I think just for you guys as well, Dan and I are both set up as on free zone licenses out here. So we went through the first process that Shaney just went through just now. If there's any kind of reassurance for you guys.
So in terms of timelines then, let's say someone's watching this back in the UK and they're like me, they're an online fitness coach, right? And they want to move to Dubai and set up here. Roughly, can you give us like a ballpark? How long does that process take for them to inquire, set up, move here, get the visa, everything fully wrapped up? How long does that take?
Once you're happy with kind of the business name and you've selected that, we've submitted all your documents, you then move to the compliance phase. That kind of initial process in that first step, I would say takes around 10 working days. And then obviously once your license is then issued, then we start the phase of the immigration card. So now the immigration card effectively allows you to have your visas against your business. So kind of going from the immigration card to kind of your visa process takes around 8 to 10 working days.
So phase 1 you can do remotely. Phase 2 you're going to do some tests and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You need to be here in the UAE.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a simple kind of blood test, and that's all it is. Then obviously you have an X-ray test as well. And a simple kind of fingerprint scan to register you against the system.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of issued your Emirates ID, as you mentioned previously, Dan. So that then takes them probably about 4 to 5 working days to kind of get that to you.
By the way, that whole like finger prick blood testing sounds really daunting. It's really not. You just get in the car and then they take you and you just tick it off and then you go home. Just, because it sounds crazy. Like when you say it out loud, you think, what?
Yeah, it sounds like a lot. Listening to you speak then, it can sound like a lot, but actually like they send a driver to wherever you need them to be sent to. They pick you up in a car, take you exactly where you need to be. You have a pre-booked appointment. It takes half an hour max to do each thing. And they drop you off back at home so you can carry on with the rest of your day. It is so simple. And
the healthcare here is rapid.
Also. Yeah, it's like VIP. You get treated like a VIP everywhere you go. It's great. Everything's super fast, super efficient. You're not late. You're not waiting. You're not going to get cancelled on that kind of stuff. Super reliable. And as you said, Shaney, like 8 to 10 working days.
Yeah.
You could have the whole thing set up in probably around a month.
So I would say give or take a timeline of around three kind of working weeks to a month, I'd say. And that's also including kind of, because we do tax registration as well, VAT registration, which is something any entity which is in the UAE requires. We can obviously take care of that because you've got kind of an in-house tax and accounting team as well. Then obviously you've got an in-house banking team who can kind of cater to all your banking needs. So we can obviously open you a business account for banking, or you can kind of opt for a personal bank account if that's something you also need from us as well. We can take care of that as well.
Yeah, amazing. Shaney, thank you so much for all of your open advice and helping all of our online friends. I just wanted to say there is no one on the planet who is more helpful than our Shaney.
Huge compliment. Thank you.
So what we've done is we've got a link in the description below which will have a page on, and those details that you put in will go directly to Shaney. So if you have any questions or anything like that, please just fill his inbox. Sorry, that was really direct, but I just think if you go through something else or like another link, then it won't go to Shaney. If you want the help that Shaney has given us, which I would highly recommend, use the link in the description, and hopefully that helps. If you have any other questions, hopefully this is like a nice quick overview of as much information as we can get out without overwhelming your brain, but hopefully you can answer some more specific questions for anyone that has them through the link.
Yeah, obviously thank you for your kind words as well. But any kind of messages, any queries, if you kind of want to get started on your journey or you're not sure where to get started, I can definitely help.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, thanks everybody. That was good.